northbound 405. So let's see how the suspect decides to handle this, because there's definitely going to be quite a bit of traffic. And this is the first time we've seen them get on the freeway now at this point. They have just been, all around the mid-city area. We've covered a lot of ground on surface streets, in a record amount of time, just because this person has been driving like such a lunatic. And here we go, continued now on the right-hand shoulder. It's going to be like this all the way up through the 101, probably most of the way through the 118, if, patterns are like they typically are here. So coming through Westwood and the Brentwood area, just along that right-hand shoulder. Hopefully they'll kind of, self-spike themselves if they hit some kind of sharp debris or something on the right-hand shoulder. We've seen that happen. That would be pretty serendipitous, but, we'll just have to see what happens. And by the way, we haven't heard anything about spike strips or a pit maneuver or anything. I mean, LAPD's had just so many fits just trying to keep up with this suspect that we haven't heard anything as far as trying to bring this one to an end. So, we'll see, and obviously I also start to wonder how much gas is in the tank of this vehicle. The way they've been driving it, definitely going to be burning through that pretty quickly. But a lot of stop and go traffic. Here we go, northbound 405 on the west side. Yeah, so I mean, we do have this kind of deceptive break in traffic that sometimes we get through the Sepulveda Pass, especially earlier in the rush hour time frame. But I think once we crest the hill onto the downhill side is probably where we're likely to see more brake lights. They're approaching the 101, the steep decline there. Everyone kind of rides the brakes downhill, so I think he's probably going to encounter that pretty quickly here as we are almost at the top of the Sepulveda Pass, and then the lanes a lot of times headed towards the 101 go very, very slow, and then the 405 itself, just kind of this like traffic accordion on and off up through Nordhoff. And so we'll see what their plan is. But, is there a plan? This seems pretty aimless. I mean, it seemed like maybe the plan was to get a lot of, leash from, as he goes into the center divider there, around LAPD, and they had a lot of time. They got out of the vehicle. They were about to run, and then for whatever reason, there was no helicopter overhead, and then back in they went, and then just kind of meandering all over the mid-city area, and then deciding to get on the freeway. So I'm not really sure there is a plan on this one. They were even in and out of a parking garage at one point, which is also pretty surprising that did not end this pursuit. So here's some of that slower traffic I was talking about. Of course, the carpool lane not nearly as bad, and so the next question will be if we're going to continue northbound 405 into Van Nuys and beyond, or cut over to the 101. Both sides of the 101, pretty congested around the 405. There's still going to be quite a bit more traffic, bottom line, for this suspect to try to navigate around as they flee from the police. I'll just widen out for a second here and see if we can find any. I think they're kind of hanging back. I'm just hearing the helicopter right now kind of call out to the streets, as I don't want to widen out too much more, but you don't see anyone directly behind them. So they're just kind of keeping his location privy with the helicopter overhead, and then we'll see if maybe when we get through some traffic or get into a better spot or back onto surface streets, if they move back in. But if there's any good news, at least we're all headed the right direction right now. We don't have any of that head-on driving at 70 miles an hour like we had earlier at Olympic. That was some of the most dangerous driving we've seen in this pursuit so far. Yeah, we'll just widen out here a little bit as we get by the Burbank exit. And yeah, still not seeing him get into the shot here, but yeah, hopefully they'll catch up more quickly. But then, we'll also see how the suspect's going to react to all of it. A little bit of a weather update because I know we had some rain that was falling earlier when we were in the Koreatown area. That is completely gone. It is dry up here in the San Fernando Valley. We've got kind of partly cloudy skies. So that's not going to, shouldn't have any weather issues as far as slick roadways for the suspect on this one. And, I'm kind of wondering if this is going to go to CHP and if this person's going to continue northbound into the Santa Clarita area, there could be a good opportunity for some spike strips up there before we cross the Grapevine. Of course, right as I say that, the suspect decides to get off the freeway at Burbank Boulevard. So right here over by the Sepulveda Flood Basin and Sherman Oaks, a very, very busy area. This is actually, in my opinion, one of the more frustrating intersections in Los Angeles at rush hour, trying to cross Burbank Boulevard because you've got Burbank and the 405 and then Sepulveda only like 50 feet away. So let's see what the suspect decides to do. But this could be a good opportunity for LAPD to get back into position here. And again, that suspect is trying to find any kind of space they can to, rudely crowd other vehicles out. But having some trouble now with this landscaping vehicle right here onto the wrong side. What's he going to do? Try to get to the turn lanes right here and yeah. Whoa! That was close. Look at that. Yeah, CHP. So we're right by, a CHP office here off of Sepulveda and Magnolia, I know. And look at that. That was a pretty aggressive maneuver. Ooh, maybe they might even come in with a pit maneuver or something. We know how CHP can be when they get into pursuits. They can be, fairly fearless about this kind of stuff. Now the suspect kind of panicking and northbound on Sepulveda into the bus lane and the bike lane. Boy, we'll see what happens next. But, we're going to be up by the Orange Line busway and just another, super congested area here. Yep. Okay. Okay, thank you. Wow. Thank you. Okay. I think it's LAPD. Oh. 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 Okay. Oh boy. Couldn't go under us. Yeah, okay. Okay. Up, up. Yep, kind of stuck. Yeah, this guy's just like, dude, what are you trying to do? Like, yeah. Um, well, yeah, he was lucky he didn't. I mean, that innocent person was pretty lucky. They just didn't get some nasty, paint damage to their vehicle there. But yeah, I'm still waiting to see if LAPD. They had been really close there, but I wonder if they kind of backed off for a bit because we were right by an elementary school and a high school, and there's still a lot of students out there. It makes me think that maybe that's why they backed off a little bit, but I'm still hearing them call out the streets. We all kind of had to deal with Van Nuys Airport as well, but we're now well west of them, so hopefully we can stay out of their hair. But yeah, so here we are in the heart of the San Fernando Valley, Van Owen. Tons of signals out here, and you can see just how much traffic there is as we come up to White Oak and just squeezing through any opening they can find. Now we're making a turn up onto White Oak as we kind of head towards the Northridge area. More of a wide open street here, and still not seeing those units directly behind the suspect, guys. Oh, is it? Whoa. Oh. Oh. Someone getting involved here. Yep. Oh. Yeah. I think, yeah, this might, wow, this is crazy. Yeah. I mean, so here's someone, if they're just a vigilante kind of taking this into their own hands, who, I don't know, if they were just having a bad day and this was kind of going all around him. I haven't seen anything like this in a long time with somebody else getting involved in this is just really heightening the danger in all of this. So, I mean, let's see how long is this person going to... Yeah, no, Yeah. Oh. Ah, interesting. Oh, whoa, you lost control. What happened there? Oh, I don't even know what happened. Now they're out and running. Hopefully this is the end of it. So, oh, look at this guy now. Here he comes. He's chasing him. We've got just a private citizen who is chasing this guy, chasing both of them into this alley off of Hesperia and Heartland. Really crazy. And, well, yeah, maybe that was I think that was the passenger, but this is the driver here. Oh, almost just got hit there, but okay, that is it, finally. All right, LAPD, yeah, not wasting any time, finally. Oh, yeah, I mean, just so glad this is finally over with. You see just all of the different random factors that can happen when these continue as long as they did. For whatever reason, that person was really agitated and it took matters into their own hands and, may have ended up forcing the end of this pursuit, willing to do, what LAPD was not. And so here's that person. No, this is, I think, yeah, this is I think that's the person that was inside of that SUV. Yeah, and they just came and maybe took the keys out. Yeah, they just came and took the keys out. Wow, this is just a really, really unique ending to this pursuit. And here's the driver with LAPD. We thought that they got taken down by that other person initially. We were sticking with the driver, so we weren't able to see for sure. Yeah, well, that's that same person. They've, yeah, boy. Yeah, well, they're gonna take, yeah, at the very least, yeah. I mean, because they were what they were doing was highly illegal as well. I mean, it was effective, but definitely not legal, and so they're going to have some questions to answer. And so, wow, what a insane ending. I think you're right. Yeah. They they hightailed it out of here. So I don't know if this person just got a ride from them and the driver said, "I don't want anything to do with this," and they got out. But I don't think we've ever seen an ending like a vigilante ending to this degree. So it'll be very interesting to find out what this person's connection was to all this. Yeah. I have no, I haven't, and I don't know if they just here. We'll see if we can move up here. This might okay. This is them right here, I think. So yeah, because we saw them in the alley. They once they got in the alley, they didn't. They just kind of surrendered when that other person was chasing them, and then the driver continued. So yeah, they are both in custody. But here is the passenger in that allegedly stolen car. A little top heavy here. Okay. Okay.